Oh, nice. So they have like a 4th of July. I mean, it's not 4th of July, but do they have like a similar summer thing in Japan?
I mean, they have like summer festivals and stuff like that. I feel like the fireworks aren't usually not like a specific thing exactly. Okay. It's kind of just like a little beach stuff usually.
Yeah.
Also.
Okay.
And like festival stuff.
Yeah, dude, this has been like the craziest arc of all.
Dude, I was not expecting this arc to be
everything
like
has happened this arc. Also, I'm kind of curious if our theory about why Akito let Tohru hang out with them is right. Because we had some crazy theories last episode.
Yeah,
and I feel like we might be on to some stuff, not gonna lie.
She's such complete opposite of Akito, you know?
Yeah,
she's so thankful for like things that, you know, you don't need to be so...
She's excited about everything. She's overwhelmed about everything. She's always giving as opposed to taking.
Yeah.
Define important. Like... Kind of, but not really.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's like what we were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's for the sake of Tohru.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, some of it may just be kind of... This...
But really?
I mean, I'm glad that he's acknowledging that. I don't think it's totally his fault, but I'm glad that he's accepting some responsibility.
To love someone so much, you know? Like...
I don't think selfish, but like I said, I think they have some responsibility for kind of...
Yeah. That shift, though... Bro, you already... The reason they give so much to you is because you give them all so much. Yeah. Is she gonna go? What? From you, Akito? What do you mean? How? What has not gone your way, you giant baby? By what? Here we go. Before what? What? What is going on? What woman is she? Is Akito talking about? Tohru, right? No?
No, I don't think so. Who's she?
What?
Ren? The reason I think it's not Tohru is because Akito is saying like woman. And I feel like if Akito was talking about Tohru, he would say girl. Oh,
what?
No.
What?
Oh, what is happening, bro?
Akito.
What are you doing here?
Yeah, you went rogue or something.
Oh, jeez, maybe you are right.
Seems like he's going a little bit crazy right now or something.
Yeah, which is saying a lot.
No, but seriously, it's like, you know, he didn't tell anyone. Like,
you'd never planned on saying Tohru. You're just pissed. No. See, they won't do it if they have to protect her.
きっと今怒ってるでしょ。
Good, dude. Good for you, Momiji.
八つ当たりするでしょ。
僕を知りたいの？理解したいの？
Oh no. Oh my gosh! Dude, he punched him.
見下したいだけだろ。僕を定義づけたいだけだろ。
やめてください。
Oh no. How is this gonna go, dude? Akito is like unhinged.
Yeah.
ひどい。ひどい。君。
Says the person who punched him?
でもトール、本田トール、僕は君に会いに来てある。
Dude, I like how his default is to gaslight Tohru, no matter what.
君に伝えたいことがあるんだ。
Ew. Ew.
なるなよ。ゲス。ユキや今日を救えたなんて思う。ユキも相馬の中で、僕のそばで。十二支はみんな同じ。
Shoot, dude.
幸せな未来。終わりなき宴。
Ha.
不変。
Oh.
あれは仲間に入れてやらないよ。
それは
Akito just came to like
これは本当に
posture.
幸せですか？
Oh.
Oh, she's
Oh.
telling him
Oh,
the truth.
oh.
とが相馬
That's
のお家
right.
に戻ることが前へ歩もうとしていらっしゃるはずの
Yeah, and you're holding them back.
思いは
さも悪いことのように他人の君と僕らでは所詮生き方が違う。
It's only because of you, Akito. The only reason.
十二支の皆さんの何
What?
Dude.
What?
I was right, wasn't I?
What?
I was right, bro.
神様さ
Akito is like,
十二支にとって誰よりも
He's coming.
存在。
oh, jeez.
彼らの魂を滑るもの。ごめんクレノ。どうしても挨拶しておきたかったんだ。
What do you go to Kureno like she did something to you?
紹介しておくよ。彼は相馬クレノ。鳥だよ。
Oh.
はじめまして
For some reason, I expected the rooster to be like super flamboyant. Ew.
だからもう僕らの幸せを壊
What
そうとしない。
blessing? Get out of here, you freak.
おとなしくしていて。さもないと。
皆さんをアキトさんを
What? Those are the same flowers.
やられたな
Yeah.
さあ手当てなら僕やるよアキトさんと一緒に帰るんでしょ
Screw Akito.
もみっちがねケツを変えて呼びに来る
Oh, okay, I was wondering where he went.
Yeah. Good.
もみじくんけどもみじくんは
Yeah, Momiji got punched.
そこにいる
He's probably more worried about you, though, to be honest.
なんて綺麗な涙
風邪ひくよまもみっちは
Where
よ
was,
く頑張
like, where's Yuki and stuff like that, you know?
I don't know.
ほら帰ったもみ
Oh, okay. Okay.
を呼びに行ってくれるって言っただろ
Why did he hold them back?
さに吐き気がする
自分を情けないとか思うことはあるんだな。やっぱり。
守るっていうのは簡単じゃないから
絶対に言うな。
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's like we said.
いや、なんでも。そうだな。
守りたい守ってみせたい
Yeah, Tohru, fight back.
私
花火やったことないっつったら
Of course,
Shisho.
dude, of course Shisho did, because Shisho is like the best, most wholesome character. He's like second only to Tohru.
だな
His real dad.
でもお前もあるだろそれってどういうやつわかんない
Oh, no.
説明読んで
He's like, you do the hard part.
でもったり人や建物に向かって飛ばしちゃダメだよ。
向いてる向いてる
He already knew what it did.
今日なら
Oh, here we go, guys. What is Rin gonna do, bro?
師匠さんが花火の光を伝えたのはユキ君が戦い続けているのは
Yeah.
多分本当は心の底で自由に願う未来が
Of course, everyone does.
呪いがそれを縛り付けてしまうのならば私は呪いを解きたい
Okay, what if Akito isn't God, though? What if Akito is the curse?
心から泣き
That's so cool.
来るのならば罰が本当に下る
本田さん綺麗
綺麗です
同じ夏は二度と来ない俺もこうして
Alright, bro.
大切に思う
一緒していい
Fucking Momiji, third wheel it over here.
守りたい
Oh.
Whoa.
守りたいです
Dang, that's sick.
皆さんが歩んでいく道をできる
That's so
限りの
cool.
力で
I called it.
You did call it. You totally called it.
And it was starting to feel that way too as it started to get closer. The way he was talking about the banquet.
Yeah.
And he kept kind of like referring to it as like, you know, like the eternal banquet. Like it's my...
What if I just had that. This is like a wild theory.
Okay.
What if Akito, cause I don't know, there's a part of me, and maybe he was just talking about Tohru, but like, you know, when he said that woman and then it like cut to the flowers or something, I was like, what is that? That seemed almost like something different.
Flowers?
Yeah, he was talking to Shigure and he was like, oh, that woman, and then it like cut to like these two hands and like flowers.
Well, I think no, that was when Akito said that you were much nicer to me, right? Before. So I'm assuming that's, at least this is just what I got from it, was Akito and it was Shigure in the past.
That's what I was thinking too.
Right?
Okay, so that's what I was thinking too. So is there any way that like something happened or something? And like Akito is like the crazy ex. Like Akito made himself, and this would play into the theory of Akito being a girl as well, is that like Akito like is pretending to be a guy to like make himself God, to like take this place because Shigure couldn't be with him or left him or something like that. I don't know. I just had that kind of idea of like maybe they had some past and like they were a little thing, and then Shigure had left, and then like Akito, in order to kind of like take control, made himself God, basically.
But how? Why? Okay, my question is
because
that,
my
like,
thought is there an actual God character in the Soma clan? It's like, yeah, you could say there is or there isn't, and Akito is like claiming that title. You know what I mean?
It's kind of hard to, because my thing is like there's no reason for that. Because why couldn't it be just Akito being the God character? And because the thing is, like, we don't really get that with everyone else. Everyone else kind of assumes the specific characters of the story, right?
But once again, it goes back to the idea of, are these people these characters because they were born that way, or are they characters because they believe they're like that? It's like, we know they have powers, but nothing else necessarily, right? It's like, look at like what they're doing to Kyo. It's like, is he an outcast because he just always ends up being an outcast, or is he an outcast because he's forcibly thrown out?
No, of course.
So I think that not all of the rules of the story necessarily apply. So in that same way, it's like, is Akito really like... Because I feel like Akito is just acting as that role or something.
But...
I don't know.
You can still say... so my thing is that there's certain rules that stay consistent, right?
Sure.
So Akito would still be God, but you could say that him acting like how he's acting might be a result of how people treat him. But I don't think that, like, because it would seem off if we lacked,
if we broke the,
well, because yeah, I can understand, like,
no, yeah, I guess so,
Kyo being how he is because they do treat him that way, but he is the cat. That is a fact. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how much he kind of like imitates that role of how the role was in the story. You know what I'm saying? So it's possible that, yes, Akito could just be a normal person, right? But because they see him as this particular figure, they treat him this way, and that's why he is that way. But I still think that it doesn't change the fact that just like how Kyo is the cat, Akito would be God in the story. You know what I'm saying? Because then I feel like it would get kind of confusing. As far as, like, you know, are you truly... I guess
the only reason I thought about it is that it seems like Akito is so set on like this idea of exclusion, like exclusivity. And like the way that he was talking to Tohru, I don't, like I said, it was kind of wild, and I didn't even really think about it. But it's just the way that he was like talking to Tohru. It gave me that idea of like, it feels like somebody who was in the same position. You know, that happens sometimes where it's like, oh, you have two people in the same position, and somehow whatever, somebody gets the promotion, they get lucky, they do the thing, and like immediately they like turn on you and stick it in your face. Like instead of remembering you, they're like, oh, you suck, I can't believe you didn't, or whatever. And I just like weirdly got that impression when Akito was like, you won't come to the feast, you won't come and do these things. And so I don't know, I almost feel like Akito like didn't earn, I guess Akito not playing God, the only reason I say that is because I feel like Akito didn't like earn it. Like he feels so petty, like it feels like he has just kind of like taken that role and almost like assigned it to himself or something. I mean, and because possibly. He's so insecure in it as well, right? It's like, it's not like people, you know, in any way like respect him. They like fear him.
But like,
and so it's like, if the whole story was true, wouldn't people just respect him from the start? Like why would he have to so forcibly like manipulate people, I suppose? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, but we can say that possibly he was revered from the start, right? I mean, it seems that way because of the fact that he has this position, right? I mean, if you think about it, this would have to be, his position would have been important right from birth to have his position. And so from the start, he could have been respected and feared and, like, you know, looked at as his character. But it's possible that as things went on, he started to become too, like, possessive.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because the one thing is, like, if you think about it, the story, right?
Sure.
I mean, it's not a bad story. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no evil intentions or anything.
Sure. Right?
But then if you try to apply that to their lives, or just, you know, really here work. Like, he's trying to basically redo the story, essentially, right? I mean, it's like, yes, all the animals came to the banquet, the eternal banquet.
That's why it feels like weird, though, is because it's like, it doesn't feel natural. So it's like, that's why I think that it's like, and you were saying this, it's like he feels like a regular person, like whereas like Kyo is the cat, Yuki is, you know, like they all like are those things. But I guess in the story that God is not like or Akito is not God. Akito is just like acting out. The only way Akito is God is by acting out the story the way that it is and having everybody do this thing. And so that's what he's like trying to do. But beyond that, like how these people act, he doesn't have any like powers. He doesn't have any like ability. And
unless he does.
Unless he does.
Right?
But I feel like he acts so petty that maybe he doesn't. That's like, I think if he had more power, we would have seen it.
But then what about, like, because my only thing was this, is I never thought that Akito had powers. And I was even questioning as far as, like, the previous episode when we had that whole scene with Kyo and stuff, like, whether or not he had actual powers. I was like, okay, well, you know,
but
I feel
don't
like
think
it's
it
just
is.
visual.
Like, they've dealt on the emotional plane so much. I don't think it is.
Yes, but we have seen powers in this story. And then we also heard about this Noroi, right? The curse. And so I'm thinking now, does that mean that there's actually something there, you know, that kind of
maybe
kind of like forces them to not go against Akito? Right?
I see. I feel like no, though. I feel like they've shown too much that they're acting. That this is a strategic choice. This is not a force. Like we haven't. So the only reason I'm against that is because there's no evidence of it so far. There's a hinting towards it, but in fact, every interaction we've seen up close with Akito has been the opposite. It has been some sort of choice, whether it's to protect Tohru or whatever. It's been a choice. It's been like, and because so much of the stuff has been on this like emotional level, as far as like trauma or like or like I feel like until we see something, we can't assume that, especially since I feel like if Akito had supernatural power, why hasn't he used it yet? Like, why not use it? Like when you're in these difficult situations. I guess maybe he might be, yeah.
So my only thing is this, is that I always questioned everyone's actions as far as like, why do you even listen to Akito, right? Especially people like Hattori, right? People who I think are, you know, especially kind. I mean, even as kind as Tohru.
Sure.
To be this like forgiving to someone who has harmed not you but someone else that you love, you know, I always felt like, well, you know, it almost feels cowardly, like, well, you know, like I don't know, like, of course I can understand if it's being done to yourself, then I'm like, okay, like I get it, maybe you can handle it, maybe you're doing it for someone else, but when it's being done to someone else and you're not standing up, especially someone like some of these characters, right, that I think that are really good people, I start to think that like, why, you know,
why, yeah,
either you're just, you know, you're just a straight coward, or there has to be some other explanation.
No, yeah, you might be right.
And so my only thing is like, could that be an explanation? Like maybe he has some sort of thing where it's like, no, you guys can't harm him or something like that, you know?
Maybe.
And then he has that sort of like,
yeah, I don't know,
that kind of mind game too of like, okay, you guys can't harm me, so I'm going to do what I want, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
No, yeah. Well, I mean, good on Momiji at least.
Yeah. For sure.
He was able to kind of like step up to Akito a little bit.
Yeah. So, full-length reaction is going to be up to Patreon. Next week's reaction, episode 11, also up for early access on the Patreon if you guys want to go ahead and check that out. And yeah, thank you just for being here. Thank you for joining us, for watching. If you're new, welcome. Hopefully you stick around. We would love to have you. And all that being said, if you do, we will see you all in the next video.